Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome back, welcome back. I hope you guys have been good since the last time we have spoke. If you don't remember, it was 12 days of relocation the last time you saw my beautiful face, but we are back the night before. Let's call it Christmas Eve. And in regards to you guys, tomorrow will be in for a treat. If you do not know where you are, welcome. You guys are on the Black Expat Life Abroad platform and channel. And what we do is take you, the person that is actually looking at moving abroad, and bring you all the resources that so many of us, the people that have actually made the move successfully, living and thriving abroad, didn't have when we went to go take that leap on what it looks like living outside of the United States full time. Now, these conversations are designed for you, both fundamental things that you know that you might need when you look to move, but often a lot of things that are forgotten when you are running out of the burning house that is America. And tonight is something that is definitely on a lot of people's minds when it comes to not only moving abroad, but just even in general. Department of Education's got some wavering things going on right now, and it's an opportune time to take a look at moving abroad and how to get rid of these student loans because that is consistently changing. So tonight I have on, or excuse me, this afternoon, I'm used to going on a little bit later, but this afternoon I have none other than Miss Dr. Olympia Hoffman. Um, Dr. Hoffman, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being a part of this. I know a lot of people, when looking at moving abroad, considering lowering their basic cost of living. That is one thing when you look at why people are considering, leaving the United States. It's saying, how do I take all these bills and get rid of them, or have the money to pay off some debt? And as a person that went to college, graduated, did 4 years. I am in the position with so many other people where there is a student loan debt, and there is a huge number, depending on who you are, within regards to paying it. And I'm seeing a lot more people start to tackle that by moving abroad. Want to talk to you guys, at least get an understanding of who Dr. Hoffman is and how she is going to be beneficial to you. So please, for the people that do not know you, Dr. Hoffman, please introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Olympia Hoffman. I am a certified student loan expert as well as a certified credit repair specialist and tax preparer. So, what I do is I will help you mitigate through your student loan debt and come up with a clear path that could help assist you with loan forgiveness. So, since we're talking about relocation, what I would do would be coming up with a master plan with you in order to see how we can allocate funds on the side to be able to implement them and to pay down your student loans back in the US.
Nah, that is important. I got CNN on the side of me, and I'm seeing, what everybody gets inundated with the news and the ever changing things with the new administration. As I mentioned, the Department of Education is now in a question or a limbo, and things are rapidly changing. So, connecting you guys, the people that are looking to move abroad, the people that are strapped with student loan debt, with resources on how to help you navigate. But I want to bring something up that I think a lot of people forget when it comes to working with people that can help you. There is a lot of work and things that an expert, a person that can guide you, can put you onto, can help you navigate through. But I need a lot of people to understand that there's some things that they can't do, that only you can do for yourself. And I know that a lot of people, when considering, okay, I'm spending $5,000 a month in the United States just for basic bills, and maybe lowering your expenses down to $2,000 a month. The thought process before you actually do it is, okay, I've got $3,000 to make good decisions with. However, that doesn't automatically mean that that is going to happen. And a lot of people need to make certain that they're staying true to that. Can you guys hear me okay?
Correct.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you good on my end.
Okay, I just wanted to make certain because I do see a reconnecting. I think I might, aha, that reconnecting was on the other end. That's not a problem. She'll come back on. But yes, a lot of people don't realize that these things that we're bringing onto this conference, they are definitely foundational and fundamental to you. People that are looking to move abroad. You need a healthcare person to help you navigate that. You need an immigration person to help you navigate visas. You need an expert for the destination to help you navigate what it looks like. But there are so many things that we, as the people that can help, are only going to be able to do if you want to do them. So if you aren't wanting to actually take the steps, like coming to the conference, then the B plan of how do I get help when fixing these issues is really difficult for people to help have to navigate. And I'm talking about you because you don't have to make a lot of the decisions and the mistakes that our people are making. Yet we are seeing so many people that are rushing out of the United States, rushing out of what they consider is a bad time living in the US and whatever that it is that they're dealing with, and not realizing that my job is to bring you the resources. Here they are. But if you don't take the time and take the effort to actually utilize the resources, take some time to mentally understand that, yes, you're going to look at life differently when you get over here. But how do you use that to your advantage? It is not just a physical move, but this is your entire life that is getting moved and changed into a way that it may have not been presented to you in the past. So you guys need to understand that student loan doctor, excuse me, the student loan person that comes on, they're going to be able to help you navigate down to your specific scenario. But if that extra $3,000 that you're able to carve off by lowering your cost of life by moving abroad doesn't position you to say, okay, well, let me take half of that and position myself in a better way. We've got the financial expert coming on tomorrow, and she's going to be talking to you about ways that you can increase your ability to retire early or retire at all, or put your kids through college if that is something on your plan and moving abroad. But if you all of a sudden become the person or the non person that you aren't in the United States, and now on the other side with privilege that you've never had in your hands, start to spend more, start to go out more, start to live life differently because you're really able to take advantage of that American privilege that you say you have, you guys won't ever be in a scenario of I gave it up and I'm actually benefiting from leaving. So a lot of what these conversations are when we do this on Black Expat Life Abroad, it's designed to say, yes, we have the foundational things, but are you ready to take advantage of the things that we have ready for you? Because a lot of people aren't actually ready. The DIYers, the people that are saying, I can do it all by myself, and not realizing that even if you don't have a guide on the way out, when you get abroad, you still can't do it all by yourself. You're having to navigate so many different things. How to get in contact with a doctor? Is the local emergency number 911? What we have done, including the 12 days of relocation, including building this platform, including building moodtravelabroad.com, is create an opportunity for you guys to not have a bad success probability. Now, the platform is here. Do you use it? Not saying that we are the only way to go about moving abroad or in a scenario where we're the only people that you can go through. That is not the thing that I want you to take in. What I want you to take in is that the people that are doing the work, the people that are helping others relocate with intention, is doing this because we see the importance of it, not because it's an opportunity to make money. Yes, there's money to be made. That's the elephant in the room, but it's really not an elephant because everybody can see it. The more so thought process is what is the intent behind it and how do we continue to connect the pieces? So if we are building as a community, global, whether or localized in a particular country, how do we support each other and give each other these opportunities that a lot of people aren't getting? Whether that's a move abroad or a move and you're just trying to get better in what you have available in America. So it looks like I got Dr. Hoffman coming back on. we'll jump into these student loans, but I want to get you guys like acclimated because tomorrow is such an impactful day for you, the person that has not moved abroad yet. You guys don't realize that if you are attending the conference tomorrow, you are putting your position as a successful person that has moved abroad at a very high clip. You are doing the things that weren't available for so many of us. Never mind getting the opportunity to take advantage of them and have them boxed up for you in a way where it's easy to digest. It's 12 to 4:30 tomorrow, November 22nd, the Virtual Relocation Conference. Obviously, we'll have Dr. Hoffman there. She'll be going into this student loans and how she can help you. I've been just letting them know, you can have your program, Dr. Hoffman. You can give them the resources, but it is up to them to be ready to receive the resources that you have to offer. Can you talk to me about some of those things that you actually help people help navigating the student loan debt scenario do?
Absolutely. And you are absolutely right. It takes execution on your part. So we have to work actively together as a team in union. So what I can do is set you up for a comfortable income driven repayment plan to ensure that your monthly payments are not going to be astronomical, because what the new administration is doing right now is they are really pumping up everyone's monthly payments, right? And the point of location is to be able to reserve some money, right? And to be able to pay back this debt. So that's my purpose, to step in to be able to assist everyone. Another avenue that I would want to take is to see what your eligibility is as far as loan forgiveness. What loan forgiveness programs you qualify for. Execution is really key because every day this administration is coming up with new ways to block the previous loan forgiveness options that we had. So the aim and the drive is to get you grandfathered in as quick as possible so that you can take advantage of these opportunities before they're taken away. As you can see with recent news, the dismantlement of the Department of Education, and where they're allocating the different departments into areas, into other departments that it doesn't even make sense that they're going into.
Hmm.
Another thing that is current events, current news, their title of being labeled under a professional degree. This is very discouraging and disheartening. So we want to be able to take advantage of the opportunities that's available because, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to definitely
Looks like we lost our connection is bad. Yeah. And navigating that, these things are changing and she is right. It's something to take in consideration because I know there's a set of people that are saying, hey, I turn the news off. I'm turning this off. I'm not paying attention to it. However, there is a number of people that are watching the news, that are paying attention to what is going on, what is changing, because it is impacting them. What does that mean that these things aren't considered a professional degree anymore? What if you're in position to still be matriculating towards that degree? What if you already have that degree and you need now something different or the rules change? These things aren't just happening on a global scale, they're happening in the United States. I'm seeing people even navigate the move abroad differently with one going into the end of 2025, going into 2026. How countries, because the United States, its administration, are changing their particular rules when it comes to visas, how they're given, how often they are given, what you can and cannot do with them, the black and white as well as the gray area. 2026 may have a set of rules that we can talk about until we're blue in the face, all the way up until December 31st. Yet, the things that are changing are almost daily, if not by the hour. So, when you guys talk about, all right, yeah, I got moving abroad looking on my radar, that's cool. And student loans. I tell people, United States. A lot of people ask me when moving abroad, they're like, "So you gave up your American citizenship?" And I said, America is not set up like that. This is just move abroad, and they're like, no, you are globally taxed, and that is a whole nother conversation. But you are in a scenario where that American student loan debt, especially, it is still going to follow you regarding, what you can and cannot do in the United States. Now, that is a whole nother situation if you just give it back to God. But there is so much changing that I need you guys to realize it is only your best, not even a guess, it is your best scenario for probability of success to go with people that can help you navigate it. Now, you guys have been seeing me on this platform discuss, moving abroad, why we put the resources together to help you. Today is the last day to buy the Virtual Relocation Conference tickets. There is not only because it's going to be live, but you could actually ask somebody a question. Somebody that is on the other side of the world, and you're right there where you're watching this at home in America, on the couch, on the way home from work, still at work, listening to this under your desk. But you can get this information and not have to stumble out of it. We didn't price it to a point where it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I would pay all of that just to get the information. No, this is important for you so that way you can get this information in a way where it's boxed and you can have it and it turns around and will help you make a better decision than the anonymous participant that is in the group travel chat saying, I moved abroad and I didn't do it well. I am moving back home because I did not have a good time when I left. You do not want to be that person. So I'll tell you about what the virtual relocation conference entails because unfortunately I'm waiting for Dr. Hoffman to come back, but she will be there tomorrow on a different platform. So it is live. You do need to go purchase the ticket so that way you can see all of the conference speakers. We are covering all of the destinations, the top destinations that people are looking at coming out of America into the United World and what is available to you. It is on this side of the world that we start and cover because a lot of you, it is your first time moving abroad. So taking off maybe more than you can chew, moving to Bali, moving to Thailand, sounds good, sounds cheap, but time difference, time, location, all of these things factor into your success probability. So tomorrow we're going to bring the experts in, the destination experts, the places that you need to have on your radar. We come into Colombia, so obviously you guys know me. I cover Medellin. We will also have the other cities available, Santa Marta as well as Cali, Colombia. What does that look like? Life there. How much does it cost? What's the weather like? What should I wear? Is it safe? Is healthcare available to me? We're going to get into all of that in each individual city. We're also going to jump over to Panama. Panama City and Panama is one of the other top expat destinations that you guys keep putting in and getting the results back. We're going to touch base with our expert there that will be able to guide you on what the different views of Panama you can take to live in and what that life looks like for you. It all can look so much different, and they will all give you different perspectives from your couch. We also cover Mexico. Mexico is definitely a big place. See a lot of people jump into Mexico, getting their residency. You've got proximity to the United States. You've got way different pockets depending on where you're going. Our expert is going to be covering Playa del Carmen, Mexico. That is a place where you may have heard of it. It is outside of Cancun, about 40 minutes, but there's a community down here. They are surviving, not only, excuse me, not surviving, they are thriving, they are living, and they are enjoying themselves in a beautiful country. But you need to learn how to do so and the intent behind you doing so and what this means for you. And then our last destination is Cape Town, South Africa. You guys may say, hey, you said you were going to start off with something on this side of the world. Well, I still have you because a lot of people are looking that far. I think Asia and Thailand may be a little too far for your first one. But not only saying, hey, if we want to go a little further, here you go. But we've also got a community of people that are going to actually meet you when you arrive. That is important for your success because if you know anything about a quote unquote hookup, you realize that you may need somebody that has already walked the path that you are looking to go. You may need somebody that knows where to go eat, knows the local language, knows where to go and what neighborhoods and what not to go. Where are the best places for you to live in these places? How do you figure it out? You think ChatGPT has your best interest at heart? It's got the globe's best interest at heart. But you are a person, and you come down to the narrow situation of, are you going to be successful? Do I have a WhatsApp link for the Black expats in Colombia or any groups in Cali? Thank you in advance. Yeah, you're going to need to message me. WhatsApp groups are a little bit difficult, but you bring up a good point. Knowing this stuff. So you don't know how to get into a WhatsApp group. You can go on Facebook, you can go on Instagram, but you can go on TikTok. But that's not really what's happening on the ground. Knowing this as an American, if you don't have foreign friends or foreign family, you don't realize that once you move abroad, your life will damn near revolve in WhatsApp. So what to do and what to do with what is actually going on the ground is a conversation that actually happens in WhatsApp groups. But how do you get into them to know what is going on? Who do you ask? Are they going to give it to you? These things are important, and you need somebody to go about asking. Never mind helping you decide, do I sit here and visit this place, or do I get enough information on the call where I realize, you know what? This place may not be the best place for me based off of what they're telling me real life is like. Why don't I look at these other places? So we cover multiple destinations. That way you don't have to do all of the research and put it together. But as I mentioned, we cover the things that you forget when you are running out of the burning house that it is America. So once you figure out where you're going to go, what else are you going to need? You're going to need a visa. I have people that call me and ask me not only about visas, but my taxes and what does that look like? I told you you are taxed globally as an American citizen. But what does that look like? How do you actually go about navigating that and you don't know how? You need somebody to help you determine what visas are available to you, down to you. Not the, I can get a nomad visa. Well, you might not have a job. How do you get a nomad visa? I'm a pensioner. I get military vets that come to me and not realizing that Medellin has a military veterans affairs office. United States veterans, like there's a lot of people that go to the VA that are military veterans in Medellin. Not every city is available for that, but think about that if you didn't know that. And now considering what the opportunity for the conference gives you. You are now being put into connective resources that make the difference between whether or not you go somewhere and end up going back to where you are sitting from watching this right now. But health immigration visa is just one thing. You also have to realize if you get sick, you might have a pre-existing condition, you might be older, you might be perfectly fine, but we're all human. You stub your toe, you break your ankle, you go out, have a good time, and whatever the case is, how do I get better? We are so used to the face of the United States healthcare system and the constant marketing of great new medication for you with these litany of side effects, and not realizing that that is not the globe. That is not how the world takes care of its citizens. So when you go to these different pockets, you'll realize that healthcare looks different. It's cheaper. It's affordable. You could get a doctor to come to your house without having to be a millionaire. You could get your medicine taken and your prescription written in home and it delivered to your house because who wants to go outside if they're sick? Did you know those things were available to you? So we bring that into the conference. But we also bring some of those real important things that you really forgot that you know that you need when you sit down and catch your breath from what America offers you. We also bring in the people that are looking to move abroad with their children. How do you do so? What does a person that has never moved abroad, never mind with their children that are impressionable, that need to go to school, that have friends, how does that look? Where do you start? You need to start with somebody that actually has done it. So we bring on a parent that helps you navigate, and she is actually somebody that is a success story from our particular platform because she came on a relocation conference and moved her family from St. Louis to Columbia in 90 days. Maybe your timeline isn't that fast, but your timeline can be one, increased from a probability perspective of succeeding, and two, it can maybe take some months off of it by getting right to what it is that you need to know. But how do you start without something like this? Now, take into consideration, we also cover topics that are going to be student loans. If you're moving abroad and you're getting some extra money, get rid of that debt. That way, if you decide to go back to the United States or you want to purchase something in the United States that has equity, you don't have a big debt on your hands. Or what about retiring, building wealth abroad? Maybe that was never been on your radar. You're saying it's hard enough. What do you mean if I get extra money to build wealth, put it into the stock market, retire early, retire at all? What does that look like for somebody that's never had those keys to that car? How do you start navigating that? Yes, you need to both prepare for the move, but you also need to prepare for what happens once you get there. It's not just a position of let me just move you and forget about you. The move in the first part is just that. But when you get there, how do you get settled? How do you get comfortable with a place that you don't speak the language, with people that you've never met? Yet these people, both expats that are currently living there as well as locals, have way more in common with you than you probably actually think. But having your drawbridge low enough to go and experience these things, seek these experiences, seek these conversations, be open enough as a grown person to learn a new language, taking your mind and thinking, hey, it's not me going to go look into some books to learn this new language. It's immersing myself in the language, in the culture, and testing myself and my ability to better myself. Who is going to navigate you around that? So we bring our person that is going to talk to you guys not only about volunteering once you actually go and you do get settled in the community that you're saying, I want to be a part of, but how do you create community? You've been in a situation where you've been told to do it your own, do it by yourself. Hyper individualism is a scenario and symptom of the American dream. Yet it is such a symptom that most people don't realize that the connectivity of community is the way out of what the American dream has led you to, looking outside of the United States for what is available to you. So I see Dr. Hoffman coming back in. This is a scenario with this conference to tap in with what you need. We also cover coaching for expats because also once you get there, navigating the new culture and the language, you need somebody that actually knows what you are going through. Somebody that's actually traveled, helped other people navigate through moving abroad and all of the newfound privileges that they say with American privilege that you have, and you're saying, "Oh, I don't have the American privilege," and now you see it. What do you do with that? So the conference is designed to take some of these problems, these guesswork out of this entire move abroad process. Thanks coming back, Dr. Hoffman. I was just telling them about what the conference entails. Why, if somebody's watching this and they're actually serious about moving abroad, it is the one place that I can see that brings not only your destinations but all of what it is that you are going to need, from a comprehensive where you are on the couch in the United States, what you do when you get there for the first 3 months and you're still in that honeymoon phase, and how you get settled once you get comfortable and finally realizing that the weight of America is off of you and that your life could be different if you continue to go on this way. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in, making sure that they was at least staying on while we waited for Dr. Hoffman to come back. I know you were saying something before you got cut off regarding the changes with the professional degrees with the Department of Education and what that could look like, how fast things are changing.
And they're continually changing quickly. So we know we anticipate on changes that are going to definitely occur next year around the summertime. But I could tell you, they have a lot of tricks up their sleeves. A lot of us in the world of student loan forgiveness and finances, we're in awe, just like the many people when it comes to the stunt that they pulled when it came to the nurses and taking away the title of professional degrees. So we we don't know what kind of tricks are going to be brought up.
Yeah. That's why I was saying, working with, and I talk to a specific community, so I have no problem using colloquialisms in regards to some things, because sometimes you just have to be straightforward with people, and it's like you really need a hookup with understanding a lot of these different nuances that the world is changing in. Trying to just navigate it by yourself, you're already overwhelmed. So many people are not even having a space to say, let me figure out which way to navigate around my student loans. And I tell people, moving abroad, you get that weight of off of you that you didn't realize how heavy it was when you actually go. and leave. And then you have to sit with how heavy it was because now you don't have it on you. And it's like, what do you do? You might be, somebody might be right now, Dr. Hoffman, in a space where, let's call it $800 a month. That $800 a month, and it keeps coming, that bill keeps coming. They either have to ignore it or sit here and literally struggle to make that $800. But putting themselves in a scenario where moving abroad now frees that up, do they go and take that availability and do that? And it's not even just, okay, take the $800, but if you have a program that can lead you, since it keeps changing, how do you know when it's changing on a daily basis? And you and your firm, you stay on top of those things. Am I right?
Yes. So
And
you don't want the debt to sit there at all, because what they're doing now is, since May of this year, they actually are on a regular basis putting people into a default status. So what a default status is it's blocking your account from you accessing any type of loan forgiveness, any type of payment arrangement that you may want to make to lower your monthly payments. And in order to restore your account, it's pretty much freezing your account. In order to restore it, you have to pay off that debt. What they're doing is, if you don't make an agreement to pay off that debt, then now there's going to be wage garnishment. So first they're going to try to attack your paycheck. If they're unable to attack your paycheck, then the next thing would be your tax returns. So please don't let them affect your paycheck and block you from getting your hard earned money that you're making. The same thing with your tax return, and the tax season is just around the corner. So they're definitely trying to get money back for these loans. So
Look,
it's a big thing when I'm trying to create the urgency, and anyone else that's in the student loan forgiveness world is out here advocating, because we want you to be grandfathered into the opportunities that's available now.
yep. And I was telling them about visas. Like, visas change every year. Americans don't aren't used to seeing the federal minimum wage go up every year, and at least the visas in Colombia are based off of what the Colombian minimum wage is. So in 2026, it will definitely go up because the minimum wage goes up, and it's always a function of that. And there are things that are changing in 2026 where if somebody was to say, well, what are they? I don't know. They haven't happened yet. And it's the same thing with student loans because they are changing. And in 2026 may completely upend what it is that we even expect right now to end November.
Oh, it is for sure. Most definitely. There's no question about it. So, some things we can forecast as far as changes are concerned, and that's going to be a part of my presentation tomorrow. So, a
Okay.
lot of the repayment plans are going to change. They're going to implement a specific repayment plan that I'm going to speak about that is not necessarily going to be beneficial. The aim is to try to extend your loan life, meaning instead of your loans being 20 years that you'll be in repayment, you may be in repayment for 25 years. So it's different tricks that they have up their sleeves because they're trying to shrink the loan forgiveness program. And to be honest, and something that I'm going to stress tomorrow is, we've been laxate. I myself, I'm guilty of it, right? Especially when COVID hit. When COVID hit, we got a relief. We had a big relief. We had a big break. Some of us had zero monthly payments, right? And that was with the current administration now, but we know we were in a pandemic. Let's fast forward. Then we had the
Mm-hmm.
Biden administration, which the Biden administration did open up a lot of loan forgiveness programs and revamp them, but it wasn't no PSA about it. So it's kind of like, if you knew about it, you knew about it. If you didn't, you didn't. Those are the ones that are existing now that the new administration is trying to diminish and get rid of those opportunities. So that's why we're trying to get you into the programs that Biden extended or revamped so that you do have an opportunity to get your loans forgiven or be cushioned and positioned a little bit more better for what's to come ahead.
Listen,
But
they
it's
sound like
time to
insurance.
really, it's yeah, it's act now. So it's execution time.
Seriously. And I hate to put that on people that I know that are already like it's like trying to take on like water from a fire hose. It's just a lot at one time and it's so many different things. And what I need the people that are watching this to do is know that I understand that. Know that it is okay to not have it all figured out. Take a deep breath. A lot of people haven't taken a deep breath. They got their fist balled up. They wake up, their alarm goes off, they just hit the ground running, and they haven't taken the opportunity to just. Now, what Dr. Hoffman is saying is with changes comes different things that you need to prepare yourself for, but I also need to get you guys prepared to take on these things. You can't do it all at once. You can't figure out your visa and figure out how to get rid of your student loans before they get your wages garnished and figure out what destination you're going to land in. It's a lot and you're still just trying to figure out getting to work right now in America every day. So I need you guys to take a deep breath. The opportunity for tomorrow's conference is designed to give you that deep breath, knowing that there is an entire village, there's an entire community of people that have put their time, energy, and effort into making it easy. Now, we all wear our own hats. We don't have a bunch of people that do it all. No, we just keep our own hats and everybody's in their own lane, which is good for you. The person that is looking to move abroad because it allows you to feel like the person that I'm with knows exactly what they're aligning me with. So when it comes to student loans and how to navigate these different changes, it takes somebody with the expertise of Dr. Hoffman to say, hey, I know that you don't have time to figure out last week's news isn't actually this week's news. So here's this week's news because you'll go Google and see something from last week or last month and think that's as good as gold. It's just you guys need to be open with that. And it talks to me about the person because I feel like you may take some clients on and they're a little, are they, you run into people that are a little rigid at first when they say, hey, I did all this research, but let me tell you what we should do. Or do you find your client coming to you normally and they're like, hey, just help me because I don't know where to start? Can you hear me?
RJ, can you repeat the question? Do I find
Yes, I was asking when. Yeah, my question was, when you get most clients, do they come in with their book
you
of
now?
I've done my research, but here it is. Here it is. This is what I need you to do for me, or do you come in and most people are like, I don't know where to start. How can you help me?
Most people are at, I don't know where to start. How can you help me? Because it's so much changes
Okay,
occurring.
now that's
So
cool.
I'm
Can
here.
you?
So I'm here to provide that knowledge and be that concierge service to be able to assist you through this process because it is a frustrating and difficult process. Like RJ had mentioned, it's just to bring awareness to the community and be able to be that resource that you need when you are settled in to your final destination.
And guys know, the first move doesn't even have to be your final destination. I think a lot of people are getting that into their minds because they run into me and they ask me, well, what visa can I get? And I'm like, well, how much time have you spent there? And they're like, I've never been there. And I'm like, well, why do you want a visa? Because I thought I needed a visa to go there, so I just gonna go get a visa. And I'm like, you guys need to take your time, take that deep breath, because when you talk to somebody that is an expert, maybe they have a visa hookup and they get paid off of it. Maybe they don't. But anybody telling you that you should go get a visa and you haven't spent 90 days, 180 days there to really feel like if you like it is misleading you. So this does not have to be your first destination. Does not have to be your last destination. You can You can have multiple destinations in this relocation journey. Think about it. I'm 38 years old. I moved when I was 35. If I was to have positioned myself to think that my first place was going to be the only place, I've been in America for 35 years. I got it right the first time out of America, the first shot. The likelihood, the numbers, they're just not in your favor. So don't be thinking that this move means I have to go permanently go live somewhere forever. But you guys are conditioned to think that, which is why you're asking me what visas do I get, and I always ask anybody that has a consultation with me. I always ask, have you come to where you're saying you want to come? How long have you stayed there? What did you do? Because if you didn't do anything that is what you're going to do on a Tuesday, if you didn't stay longer than the times to go to Guatape and come back, then you haven't really lived here and seen what it is that you need to see to make a decision. Is this something that's good for me? So make certain that people are understanding, that you guys that are watching this, that any of these places that you see tomorrow, it's not mean that you can't go anywhere else. It's not mean that you can't go on multiple relocation tours to figure it out, turn a couple of knobs, make certain before you go uproot your entire life that that's where you want to be. I implore you to do that. But I want to ask you something, Dr. Hoffman, because tomorrow's going to be definitely the place where people that are serious about moving abroad need to go. But what wanted to ask you, what will your session do regarding helping people get clarity versus fear in regards to the student loan repayment process?
Just knowing the current events that's occurring, what's going to be forecast in the future, and just the biggest portion of it all, knowing that there are experts out there. I am one, and we are here to support you throughout your journey.
You guys don't have to do it by yourself. I think that's the biggest thing that I want to get across to the community. You know, everybody that purchases a ticket tomorrow, not only will they be meeting all of the experts that will help them, they're going to get, depending on what ticket, you may get some access to the all of the replays. You might get one of the biggest things is things that help you after you find and get tuned on to what is it that we'll learn tomorrow. So you'll get a discount on a physical relocation tour. What's the point of showing you where you should go if you don't have any opportunity to go? So your ticket does include a discount on a relocation tour physical. It does include discount on visa services, consultations with Dr. Hoffman, consultations with our experts that are either free or heavily discounted, so that all you have to do is reach out once you get your ticket conference package, once the conference is over, and you have everything that you need designed in one place so that you don't have to go about this alone. I started talking about this, Dr. Hoffman, in the lead up to the Virtual Relocation Conference, to the people that they were starting this journey with an empty book bag. And what we were going to do over the next couple of days, we're going to put the relocation tips, the resources, the tricks, the hacks, the foundational and fundamental things that we all have done to make this move abroad successfully. So if somebody has been paying attention, they have started to realize that book bag that they got, starting to get a little heavy. It's starting to get heavy with the knowledge and the information that they have gained on this platform, with all of the things that they're connecting. And they take it out and they're like, well, these were all separate pieces, but there's a whole chain of events that have happened and have put me on to not only who I need to know, but how I need to think and what this means for me as a person that actually has the opportunity to change their life, get rid of debt, create legacy. So many people talk about that, but what if you actually had the opportunity to do so? Moving abroad gives you that opportunity, but this conference gels it all together in a way where you, the person that is looking to move abroad, can feel like they can walk into this journey with the opportunity to change their lives and to actually succeed. So, one, Dr. Hoffman, I appreciate you for taking your time out ahead of tomorrow's conference to let these people know who you are, how you are going to help shape their lives once they get settled, free up some of those ends that they have tied up in American dollars and basic living, and really start to build whatever a new legacy looks like for them. But also, I appreciate the people that have watched this, the 12 days of relocation, the people that have subscribed, the people that have watched the hundreds of hours of time and conversations that we have brought to the table. All of them were designed to help you because I wish somebody would have told me some of these things. And tomorrow, it is an opportunity for you to take all of this platform and put it all into one day that you walk away with everything that you need to make yourself make sure that you are successful in this move abroad. You guys can go to moodtravelabroad.com. That's two O's in mood, travelabroad.com. That is where you're going to get your tickets. Tickets will end today. So I need you to use also Freedom 10, Freedom 10, FREEDOM, number 10. That's going to get you $10 off any GA or VIP ticket through the end of the night. You guys make certain if you are serious, you can't say that nobody gave you a hookup or put the resources in one place for you to go about getting them. We've done our best to continue to bring those. Dr. Hoffman, do you have anything for the people before we get out of here on a Friday?
Thank you for your time, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, we will see you tomorrow. Everybody, you guys make certain follow us on YouTube, Black Expat Life Abroad. There is the channel that you can see all of the information. If you are not on TikTok, go on TikTok. Also, go to Black Expat Life Abroad because I am doing a special TikTok only event tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. So, in about an hour, yes, you guys will be able to jump in, ask me anything you want about moving abroad. It will not be on YouTube, it will not be on Instagram, it will not be on Facebook. I am only talking to TikTok. So, go to Black Expat Life Abroad. Follow us. You will see the entire conversation. Go jump in, ask your questions. Because tomorrow, we have a very tight schedule. We want to make certain that we're touching all of the speakers. You guys can ask the questions that you have there. But tonight, you get me, you got Dr. Hoffman this afternoon, and you guys have the entire platform to make certain that you have all the tools that you need to succeed. I appreciate you guys as always. I will see you in an hour on Black Expat Life Abroad on TikTok only. So make certain if you don't follow us, go ahead, follow us there, and we'll talk to you in a little bit. Dr. Hoffman, I'll see you in the morning. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right.